Hi guys! So I have been getting a lot of questions about mushrooms the past couple of weeks, and I thought it would be fun to take you foraging with me and see what we can find today. People are scared of mushrooms, and I don't really understand why. We have been eating mushrooms for hundreds of thousands of years, and before shops and commercialisation and all that came along, we got them from the wild. It was knowledge that was passed down from generation to generation, and very sadly, that knowledge is slowly being lost. People want their foods packaged in nice little boxes, and that's fine, but we are missing out on so many flavours, so many potential health benefits. We're missing out on a connection to the earth. I think we're missing out on just so much life, like so much experience. This is how humans lived for hundreds of thousands of years. This was key to our survival, and within a couple of generations, that knowledge is just being lost, and I think that's sad. So yeah, I've been making it my mission to learn everything that I can. One bit of exciting news, next year I will be launching foraging courses through Tales of the Wild. So if you would like to learn about foraging, how to find wild foods, that's something that I will be able to help you with. I'm not ready yet. I have been taking this year to learn everything I possibly can, make sure that my knowledge is up to scratch before I start teaching others, and you know what, I'm nearly there. Nearly every single meal that I have, especially over autumn, because this is like me and mushroom season, nearly every single meal I have some type of foraged food in it, and I love it, so I would like to share it with others. I am looking for one particular type of mushroom today. I'm in a local woodland, a mixed woodland, and I know that this mushroom grows here, so I'm searching for it right now. It's a really good beginner mushroom to teach you guys about, so yeah, I'm going to walk a little bit further and hopefully I will come across something soon. So a few rules to keep you safe when you're doing this. Number one rule, most important, never ever 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 eat a mushroom that you cannot 100% ID yourself. Good thing about that is there are plenty of books, there's plenty of information online, and every single mushroom can be identified as long as you learn the identification features of it. Really important, if you find a mushroom that you think you know what it is and you think it might be an edible one, you might want to take it home with you, you need to research to find out if it has any potential toxic lookalikes. There are lots of mushrooms that look very similar, some of them totally safe to eat, other ones very not safe to eat. But one good thing about that is that the amount of toxic poisonous mushrooms, poisonous species that exist are actually quite small. But the tricky thing about that is some of the most toxic ones are some of the most common ones as well, so the ones that you're going to come across. That's not a huge issue because all you have to do is learn how to identify those dangerous ones. And my idea is that I'm going to go through that with you as well. If I come across any dangerous ones, I will point them out as well and show you what to look for. But that's not what we're looking for today. We are looking for hedgehog mushrooms today. They grow in the woodland. They have no toxic lookalikes. They are super easy to identify. So I think that's a really good one to start with for you here today. So one more rule is how to be a responsible forager. Anyone that spends any amount of time in the forest knows that it's a really magical place. The forest is alive in a way that we can't understand, that we can't comprehend. I find that if you treat the forest with respect, it will look after you. It will give you what you're looking for. So when I go out doing this, I always bring my foraging bag with me, but I also bring a rubbish bag with me, because very sadly, no matter how deep you are in the forest, no matter how high you are up on a mountain, no matter where you are in the world, you're always going to find some rubbish, and it's always good to pick that up wherever you go. I'm going to be talking a little bit more about how to be a responsible forager, but I will do that in 1 second, because up ahead of me, I think I can see what I'm looking for. Okay, here we go. I knew I was going to find them today. So, hedgehog mushrooms. There's one over there. There's a big cluster over here. There is another big cluster over here. I'm going to go check these ones out and see what they're like. And I'll try and show you how to identify them. So, here we go, guys. Hedgehog mushroom, Hydnum repandum, I believe they're called. So first thing you're going to notice when you're walking through the forest, you are going to see this cap. Now, most of the time when you think of mushrooms, you think of like a flat dome kind of thing for the top. Mushrooms come in all shapes and sizes, and the hedgehog mushroom is always in this really irregular, misshapen, crazy pattern. Like, you'll never find two that look exactly the same. They have crazy shapes on top. Now, the colour on the top is usually like a creamy colour. Sometimes you can just about see it in this one. It's starting to get like a sort of burnt orangey, kind of nearly a browny colour on the top as well. Sometimes that burnt orange is a lot stronger than this, but it's always creamy with tinges, just with notes of burnt orange or burnt brown on top. That's what you're going to be looking for. But there are other mushrooms that have a similar top to this. So whenever you pick it up and look underneath, this is how you're going to know for absolute certain whether it's a hedgehog mushroom or not. So whenever you think of mushroom gills, you probably think of the ones that you just get from the store that have just got like little straight flaps, and most mushrooms do have those as their gills, but there are lots of other different types of gills as well. You also get pores, which are just little holes, but on the hedgehog mushroom, it's got lots of different names for it. You can call them spines, you can call them teeth, you can call them combs, but if you look closely, hopefully, all right, I'm going to break a little part off here so that we can see a bit better. Yes, you can. It's showing up. It's good. So you see these little teeth, and literally if you even just brush them with your finger, they fall off really, really easily. So this is the easiest way to know that you have got a hedgehog mushroom in your hands. Now, there is one other lookalike that grows from the ground that has also got these little teeth-like gills coming out the bottom, and it is called the false hedgehog. But really easy way to tell that apart from the actual hedgehog mushroom is the colour on the top. The false hedgehog is kind of got like a brown scaly cap on the top of it, so it does look very different than this on the top. Good thing about that is that even if you accidentally pick that one, it is not toxic. It just it tastes really bitter. It's not very nice to eat. Whereas the hedgehog mushroom is one of my favourite ones to eat. It tastes really nutty, it's really good, it's really delicious. One very important thing about wild mushrooms is that they do need to be cooked thoroughly before you eat them. So a good 10 minutes at least frying in a pan. I like to get them kind of crispy before you eat them. Other people boil them for like 5 or 10 minutes before they fry them, but they do need to be cooked thoroughly. And another good recommendation is that whenever you try a new mushroom for the first time, that you only try a little bit of it just to see how your body responds to it. There is nothing in these that is bad for you, dangerous in any way, shape or form, but some people have just got more sensitive stomachs. So yeah, go easy on the first time that you try a new one. So if it's growing from the ground, if it has this creamy colour with the misshapen cap, and if it's got these teeth underneath, then you're going to have a hedgehog mushroom. There are other mushrooms that have these teeth-like gills that grow out of the side of trees. That's not a hedgehog mushroom. Hedgehog mushrooms always grow from the ground, and as long as it's got that creamy top instead of a brown mottled top, then it's going to be the real hedgehog and not the false hedgehog. So a few little other tips about how to be a responsible forager. Whenever you go foraging for mushrooms in the wild, especially for hedgehog mushrooms, you're usually going to find a huge big cluster, and you're going to find them in all stages of their life. This one here is perfect. This is completely ripe, ready to eat. This one is coming home with me. But you're also going to find baby mushrooms. You're going to find a lot smaller than this. Those ones have just emerged from the ground. They have just opened up, and they have just started releasing their spores. The spores are what then spread to other patches of the forest and then grow new patches of mushrooms. And so those little babies, they still have work to do. Just leave those. That you can come back for them in a couple of weeks and get them whenever they've done their job. And then on the opposite side of things, you are also going to find ones that are really old, really manky, like this one here. Super old, gross, slimy, literally just breaks apart in your hands. You obviously don't want to be eating that, but you know what does eat that? Wildlife eats that. So leave the really mushy ones, leave the really small baby ones, and you can take a small amount of the perfectly ripe ones, leave some for nature, but at the end of the day, we're nature too, we're animals as well. There's no reason why we shouldn't take part in the food chain, especially if we're being responsible about it. There's no reason why we shouldn't. So there we go, guys. Hedgehog mushroom, creamy, misshapen, wavy top, underside, these white, flaky, tooth, spine-like gills. Super delicious, cook it well, happy foraging, and I think there will be plenty more of these videos to come.